And now, the Wayland football class of 2021. Number 12, Ryan Bonvie with Drew, Tara, Gary, and Hannah. Number 2, William Carr with Douglas and Ann. Number 3, Dylan Derubis. Number 5, Shane Derubis, with Joe, Lorianne, Nancy, Sean, and Taylor. Number 21, Nicholas Trezens, with Paul, Gretchen, Zachary, Jackson, and Max. Number 82, Tyler Dill, with Francis and Laurel. Number 44, Jason Haynes, with Russ, Rachel, and Jordan. Number 60, Harrison Kisman, with Will, Chris, and Matt. Number 6, Max Montez Souza, with Juan and Fernanda.
Check, check.
Check, check. Perfect.
Number 75, Matthew Morris with Wayne and Rhonda. Number 53, Damian Parseason with Scott, Michelle, and Dante. Number 73, Trevon Phillips with June. Number 77, Teddy Rice with Peg, Terry, Ashley, and Abigail.
Check, check. Hello.
Josh, we hear you.
Check, check. Check.
Both of you give me like 5 seconds of
Yeah, talking.
standard audio.
Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Welcome to Wayland Student Press Network. Live coverage of Wayland Varsity football.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, Josh, we're in for a great game here tonight between the Wayland Warriors and the Cambridge Ridgeline Falcons. Should be a fun one, a lot of offense expected, and it'll be fun covering it.
You guys are good.
Perfect.
Number 11, Luke Pacelli with Ken and Maureen. And number 1, Jason Tucker with Ozadal Howell. Congratulations to the cheer and football class of 2021.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity football. I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Garrett Spooner, and today we have a DCL matchup between the undefeated Wayland Warriors and the Cambridge Ridge and Latin Falcons. Garrett, this is definitely an interesting game. Wayland undefeated, coming off a big 38-7 victory against the Bedford Buccaneers. What are your keys to the game? How can Wayland basically secure that #1 playoff spot?
Yeah, so Wayland needs to trust their run game in this one. Jason Tucker has been just a fantastic player for Wayland. He's looking like a DCL first-team All-Star. He definitely will be. He has over 550 yards so far on the year. He's the leading yard getter for this Wayland offense. They need to pound the rock with him. And another key is to stop Cambridge early. Cambridge is going to look to get out to a fast start here. Wayland defense needs to slow them down like they have been doing to teams all year.
Yeah, absolutely, Garrett. And this is a very unusual matchup. The Warriors and the Falcons do not typically play each other, with the Falcons formerly in the DCL large, now in the DCL small. So obviously not a lot known when it comes to this matchup. But Garrett, with Cambridge, what can we expect from them?
Yeah, Josh. So they are a very high-scoring team. They give up a lot of points, but they do end up scoring a lot of points. Cambridge lost to Bedford 39-24, but they did beat Boston Latin, a team that Wayland has faced two common opponents of Wayland. Cambridge right now is sitting at 1-1 in the league. So this Cambridge Latin team is no terrible team by any sorts. They can win games. They can put up points. They're explosive on offense. The question is, can they do it enough consistently to keep up with this Wayland team?
Yeah, obviously, as we have mentioned, the Warriors beat Bedford 38-7, and quite honestly, they could have beaten them by more. Mm-hmm. The Falcons got routed by Bedford. So if that tells us anything about how this matchup will go, you would assume that Wayland should be able to come out with an easy victory. But, you really just never know.
Yeah, Josh. It's very unpredictable at the high school level especially. There are going to be teams that are just gassed up for a game. And I know that Cambridge Latin is going to come here. It's Wayland's senior night. They want to ruin their senior night very badly. So hopefully we get a good game here that is high-scoring, energetic from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. As we are getting ready for kickoff now, Harry Kiesman to kick. It will be Cambridge ball to start this one as we get going. So Wayland is ready. Refs are ready. Cambridge is ready. And Harry Kiesman getting ready to boot this one. And there he goes. We are underway here at the Wayland Warrior turf. Cambridge to receive. They take it out. Brought down. The ball is loose. But it looks like the Falcons did recover it. So a scary moment.
Wow, Josh. That was a scary moment for Cambridge. That could have been very bad very early. Because if you're Cambridge, you do not want to get behind in this one. Wayland's offense is too explosive, too good. Teams have tried to play from behind all year against this Wayland team. None of them had any success. So that's good that Cambridge was able to come up with that fumble for their sake.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll start off with the ball, 25-yard line, decent possession. And the quarterback for this team, Ashur Karaha, out to his left, ball thrown deep down the field, but incomplete pass.
Second down.
And that pass was intended for number 9, Liban Aiden. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Well, Garrett, something we didn't even talk about, senior night here for the Wayland Warriors, as this one is handed off. Inside goes Xavier Dunbar, but
Carried by Xavier Dunbar.
only for around 4 yards. But yeah, Garrett, this is definitely an interesting senior class.
Yeah, Josh. I mean, it is a pretty loaded senior class. This Wayland team is loaded with seniors, very senior heavy. There are only a couple juniors that really make a difference in this one, but Shane DeRubis, Nick Dresens, Matt Morris, all three captains, all three are huge difference makers all over the ball. They will be graduating. They were honored. But then also there are players like Luke DeSelli, Will Carr, Damian Parsagian, all these guys that also make huge impacts on the field that unfortunately will be leaving the high school.
As this one carried up the middle, he will be short of the first down, though, so Cambridge has a tough decision early on in this game. Deep in their own territory,
Looks
though.
like they're going for it, Josh.
It does look like they're going for it. Maybe they'll try to draw them off sides. We'll see what they decide. Maybe a little bit of a hard count. Karaha. He does snap it, but punts it. Interesting tactic there is Wayland did not have a deep man to receive. Not a great punt.
Yeah, Josh, that's something that we have not seen yet this season. Quarterback punting the ball. It does happen often in college and the NFL, though.
Yeah.
So I like that call from Cambridge there. I think it's way too deep in your territory to get desperate here. I mean, it's still a 0-0 game. You want to be aggressive, but you also want to be smart. That's the right play.
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing you want is to give Wayland the ball after going 4 and out at your 24-yard line, or wherever they were. So Luke DeSelli in the shotgun with Tucker to his left. You see Nick Dresens at the H-back position, Will Carr in the slot, and then Adam Goodfellow out wide. As this one is a handoff to Tucker, gets met in the backfield quickly.
Nicholas Oliver Chase there on the tackle, Josh. That was a great play by him. Not many times do you see Jason Tucker get brought down the backfield. Great play by his Cambridge Ridgeline defense.
Yeah, and as we've mentioned in past games, this offensive line is completely revamped this year from what we saw last year. Only remaining offensive lineman from last year is Matt Morris, who is one heck of a lineman, but other than that,
yeah, it's a very junior-heavy offensive line. A lot of that has to do with the injury, of course, from Teddy Rice. He was here today, honored at senior night. Nice to see him back out on the field.
As Tucker takes it out to the left, see if he can get the corner. Not really, but he does end up picking up about 5. So they're going to have a 3rd down and medium
If you're
yardage.
Cambridge here, you need to get Wayland off the field. It's not often where you can have a 3rd medium, 3rd and long even against this Wayland offense. So Cambridge, they need a big stop here because 1 first down is just enough to get enough momentum.
So 4 receivers set. That's Finn O'Driscoll, Dylan DeRubis, Will Carr, and Adam Goodfellow. Those are the 4 receivers you will see out there typically, and then Charlie Bolivar at tight end. Not in the game right now, though, as that was a nice little touch pass to Carr, who was not able to secure it.
Yeah, I think Carr sort of thrown off by the speed of that throw. Sort of a change-up almost.
Yeah.
From Luke DeSelli there. Got to his receiver, but Will Carr unable to come down with it.
Yeah, as the punt unit will come out onto the field, I believe. Yeah, so Kiesman to punt from their own 44-yard line. And this one kicked up in the air and caught for a fair catch. They'll have the ball at around the 19-yard line. So Garrett, interesting start to this game with 2 high-scoring offenses. Wouldn't necessarily predict 2 consecutive 3 and outs.
Yeah, Josh, it definitely was not what I was expecting. Both teams right now are sort of trying to feel each other out. We saw Wayland mix in 2 runs along with the pass on 3rd down. They sort of needed to pass it there. But Cambridge and Latin started off with a deep throw. Let's see if they keep up that aggressive game plan here. Their quarterback has an arm. He can throw it. The accuracy is the only question, Josh.
And yeah, that's Ashur Karaha as he decides to keep it himself, scrambling in the backfield, avoiding tacklers. And you see someone is down. Could not really see what happened, but they did get a completion for the first down. And they will attend to the injured player. We were not really able to see who it was.
Gain of 10. Good for a Cambridge first down.
Whoever it is either okay or got off the field quickly.
Yeah, Josh, first down of the game goes to Cambridge and Latin. That will help their momentum, their confidence, because they need to get going early here to be able to have a shot in this one.
Yeah, definitely. Karaha takes it, hands it off, and brought down quickly. That was Charlie Bolivar.
That was a great tackle by Bolivar there, Josh. Got at the legs from behind, ripped them down, because that running back, number 24, Aiden Oliver Lewis, he had a hole there if Charlie Bolivar did not get to him, so great play by him.
Yeah, and Oliver Lewis actually listed as a wide receiver. He is in there as a running back, though. And Karaha drops back to pass. Errant pass. Pass was intended to Lebon Aiden.
He was open, too. Aiden was open on the flat route there, just unable to come down with it.
Yeah, those short yardage catches are the passes that you really need to make as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And we see that Karaha does have a bit of an arm, but throw was not there. So Wayland bringing some pressure. This is a run. Oliver Lewis moving into Wayland territory.
That was a great play.
First down.
Josh, that was a great play. A nice QB option. He read it well, handed it off to his back. Lewis there. That's a great play. Great pick up Cambridge Latin. They're driving here.
Yeah, and he just had a gaping hole as this is a screen pass over to the left. As Bonvie and I believe that's Carr teamed up to make the tackle. Sorry, that was actually not Carr. That was
Looked like Mealy there, Josh.
yeah, it may have been Mealy. You know, colder game, everyone wearing slightly different shirts underneath their jerseys. Hard to tell. Karaha now looking to run it, trying to find the outside, is brought down by St. Felix. But that will be enough for the first down, I believe.
While Karaha has not been super accurate with the ball, he does look very confident in this game, Josh. He's making the right reads. He has the confidence to go out and run. Tried to stiff arm Jane St. Felix there. That's a good sign from him. A great tackle by St. Felix, obviously. But this is probably the perfect start for Cambridge Latin. This is how head coach Roy Howard really envisioned this is going down.
Yeah, he's shifty back there too.
Yeah.
He's able to avoid the pressure pretty easily. And takes a snap here and hands it off. Once again, Dunbar. Just a short gain of around 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2, 2nd down.
So Cambridge trying to get something going now in Wayland territory. Definitely not in field goal range though yet. Wayland bringing the pressure a little bit, but
Flag on the
a flag thrown. It'll be a false start on Cambridge, so this is going to come back. It'll be 2nd and 13. Definitely not something you want as really any team, but specifically an underdog.
Yeah. Last week, if you remember correctly, Josh, there were not a lot of penalty flags thrown in that
not
game.
at all.
Both teams are very disciplined. Right now, this is the first of the game. Let's see if it's a repeating pattern for Cambridge. Usually when false starts happen this early, it might be a sign that later on, especially when people get tired, that it might just continue.
As Oliver Lewis in the backfield. Karaha, screen pass again. And he gets loose down the sideline. Just Jaden St. Felix to beat Cambridge Ringe and Latin on the board early for the touchdown. What a play. And that is Dante Christie, the junior captain.
That's a big, big play if you're Cambridge and Latin there. To go up 6-0 in this game early, send a message that they're here to play. they don't see themselves as underdogs. But now this is a good challenge for Wayland. This is the first time that they've really been down all year. So let's see how they can respond, because they've just blown every team out of the water.
Yeah, Coach P will not be very happy with that tackling, as this is a kick that is no good wide right. So it'll be just 6-0. But wow, look at those wheels by Dante Christie, just blowing by everyone. And Jaden St. Felix, not a slow guy by anyone's standards. He just made him look like he was jogging.
Yeah, Josh, and also that he made a great play. Christie, it looks like he was going to be brought down in the backfield on that wide receiver screen. Also, the quarterback was pressured very heavily on that play. He was able to get it out, and thankfully he was, because that was a great play by Cambridge Latin. Christie was all over the place, and just a perfect start.
So let's see if the junior stud Shane Sutton can make something happen on this kickoff return. Sutton, we've talked about him just about in every broadcast. He only got 1 carry last game. It was the last play of the game. It was a 21-yard gain, just making it look easy. He has some real talent. Next year, once Jason Tucker is gone, he's going to be special. And really, he's going to have to carry this team at times.
Yeah, he's actually a very similar back to Jason Tucker. They both are very quick, very fast. If they get outside, not many people will be able to bring them down. So I think Shane Sutton's a huge cornerstone for this program next year. And hopefully he's able to get some reps at running back. He needs to test the waters a little bit.
Ezra Barneson set the kick for Cambridge. Shane Sutton back to receive for Wayland. No return on the kick. Penalty flag on the play. Kick catch interference against Cambridge. It'll be 1st and 10 Wayland. Ball at the Cambridge 47-yard line.
All right, sorry about that. Just had some technical difficulties, but we're back now. So Wayland with the ball now at the Cambridge Region Latin 47-yard line. Handoff to Sutton. Sutton inside trying to make something happen. Only gets 2 though. So it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that's Sutton getting a carry now early in the game shows he just have trust in him. That he did not get a carry that early against Bedford. So we'll see if that's a recurring theme throughout this game, that he starts to split, not split, but take carries away from Jason Tucker.
And Tucker now,
Carried by Jason Tucker.
a little bit of a stiff arm, gets out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds of a play by Ezekiel Cordero.
So it'll be 3rd and short now. We'll see what Wayland decides to do, but you have to imagine that even if they don't get it, unless they lose significant yardage, they will go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
And now down a touchdown already, maybe thinking you have to be a little bit aggressive. So Goodfellow, bottom of the screen, that's Adam Goodfellow. Then you have Carr and Derubis. As handoff to Tucker. Tucker can't get loose, but does pick up the first down.
Yeah, that's enough, Josh. Got the first one down there.
Just have to keep the chains moving in a game like this.
Gain of 6 on the play. First and 10 from the Cambridge 35-yard line.
Now a 4 wide receiver set. O'Driscoll is into the game. Let's see if Lucaselli tries to air it out here.
So Tiselli in the shotgun. An option play, decides to hand it to Tucker, who picks up a quick 3 to 4 yards. Definitely not what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing an explosive Wayland offense picking up big yardage, but you have to imagine that will come soon enough as you see those outstanding stats for Jason Tucker. That's in 4 games, by the way. So Tucker, I'm sorry, 3 games. Even more impressive.
All right, now I believe it's back to 3rd down for Wayland. They got to keep the chains moving here. They're on the outskirts of field goal range. Maybe with kicker Harry Kiesman's leg, they have enough. But they obviously want 6 here. They do not want to settle for 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So Caselli with Tucker in the backfield. I wonder if we'll see Sutton a little bit more in this game. And this is a pass down the field and completed. Will Carr! Another deep touchdown for Carr. House call for Wayland as they tie the game up temporarily with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, great throw there by Luke Tiselli. He put it on the dime Will Carr, who was able to get open. He was wide open in space there. That is a big play for Wayland. Tie it up, get the confidence back up. And now Cambridge. Can they respond? Can they keep up this offensive attack? That's the question that needs to be asked, because right now Wayland is right back into this game like they always were, but looking even better for Wayland now.
So Kiesman with the boot through the uprights like we're used to seeing. And Wayland takes a 1-point lead. So Will Carr the past 2 games has 3 deep touchdowns. I believe he had one actually against North Quincy as well. So Will Carr proving to be a really great deep target.
Yeah, Josh. Will Carr is definitely the top wide receiver on this Wayland team. Him, Goodfellow, and Derubis make up the top 3 receivers, of O'Driscoll being the 4th. And now, here's a big test for this Wayland defense, because again, they sort of got punched in the mouth there on that second drive. Let's see if they can respond. If they can get Cambridge off the field early, that'd be a huge confidence boost for them, and I can't see Wayland looking back from there.
Yeah, the momentum has hopefully swung in Wayland's direction, so we'll see what they can do on this defensive possession. So as you can see, another very windy day here in Wayland, which it has been for whatever reason in the past few weeks. As this one is booted down the field, it will not be returned. Instead, it will go through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Falcons will get possession at the 25-yard line, and Karaha will try to get some of that magic that he had in last possession and keep it going, because that was a great drive that we saw from the Falcons.
Yeah, that was a commanding drive. It really set the tone that they're here to stay. They were running the ball. Karaha was able to air it out a little bit, test his arm, but that running game, read option, and the screen game was working there for Cambridge and Latin.
So Karaha with the snap, fakes the screen pass, throwing deep, looking for his man way down the field, incomplete. Karaha showing off the arm though. That was
quite the ball there.
Yeah, deep pass intended for Aiden.
That's his second attempted pass to Aiden of the night. Both, it seemed like similar plays down that left field side. That second one was very close to completing. Great coverage there on the play.
So now the Falcons working on second down. Handoff to Dunbar. And Dunbar almost got it stripped by Dressens. I don't know how he hung on to that ball.
Dressens and Darubas there combining for the tackle. Two senior captains, obviously. But yeah, Dunbar, great strength there, being able to hold on to the ball. It's not easy when Nick Dressens and Shane Darubas are coming at you.
And Nick Dressens had some of the biggest hits we have seen in a long time in their last game against Bedford on 2 consecutive plays. So he is a Tufts commit going to play football there next year in the fall. As Karaha fires it in.
Looks like he will be short, though, of the first down. They need to get to the 30. Yeah, it's 4th and very short for Cambridge here. Let's see what they do here. 4th and short. They may try to do a similar punt play like they did before. I'd be shocked if they snap the ball here and actually run an offensive play.
Yeah, I would be too. I mean, I guess it's 4th and 2, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another one of those punt plays. And somebody jumped. It looks like it was a false start. Or maybe it was just a timeout called.
Yeah, timeout called by Cambridge there. Looks like the play clock was actually running down. They need to get a timeout there because they were about to snap it.
So, Cambridge Region Latin, 4th and 2 from the Wayland 28-yard line. Cannot imagine that they would go for it here. But I guess crazier things have happened. And honestly, if you don't have, a lot of high school teams don't have the best kicker or punters who can really boot the ball down the field. If you're only going to get 20 yards out of a punt.
Yeah, might as well just try, but it looks like they are actually lining up in punt formation here, Josh.
I guess if you're Wayland, you got to watch out for some type of trickery, but they will punt it. And Goodfellow to receive, trying to get the outside. He'll just run out of bounds, but they do get great field position.
Yeah, Josh, fantastic field position here for the Warriors. I think they are going to be looking to get 6 here, obviously, but Wayland obviously huddling up in the offensive huddle. Great drive on their last drive. If you were just joining us, Luke DeCelli connected with Will Carr for a 25-yard touchdown pass to level the score up. Harry Kiesman kicked in the extra point to take the lead. And I'm going to look to see more of Luke DeCelli trying to pass the ball on this drive. It was very effective in that last drive that they had. So look for the coaching staff to put more faith and trust into Luke DeCelli.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has shown at times to be a very dangerous passer. And once you get that passing game going, Jason Tucker's going to have a ton of room to run. But they do hand it off. Tucker out wide to the right, trying to find a gap. He does. Tucker down the sideline. Tucker to the 10 and pushed out of bounds. Touchdown. Or was he? He was not. Touchdown. Wayland, house call. Jason Tucker somehow staying in bounds for that last 10-yard line where it looked like he was about to go out of bounds.
That was a ridiculous carry there from Jason Tucker. He was getting thrown off balance on multiple occasions there, was able to tiptoe the sideline and dive into the end zone. Great play by Tucker. It shows his explosiveness, his speed. One of the better running backs that Wayland has ever seen in recent history, just showing his speed capability there.
Yeah, and Tucker has so many of those runs where he goes somewhere around like 5 to 7 yards behind the line of scrimmages. That one is good. And then just somehow turns it into a huge gain.
It's ridiculous, Josh. I mean, he has great vision. He's able to spot out holes, and after that, he's very slippery. Very difficult guy to tackle. And when he got to the sideline, no one was stopping him there.
So we're actually going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back in just a minute.
Gives such a hit for the Warriors.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity football. What a play there. Special teams coming through for Wayland. Couldn't see who that was, but
Look at Michael Davis-Francis action on the special team. He is a special team. He's fired up. Another junior on this Wayland roster.
and he's made some great plays on special teams in the past few weeks. Showing off right there. So the Falcons now playing from behind down 8. Let's see if they can get a better drive going like they were before. Karaha from the shotgun hands it off to Oliver Lewis. Oliver Lewis
keeping the wheels turning, Josh.
He may have gotten a first down. Not really sure what's happening with the camera there, just the wind.
Brought down on the play by Jason Haynes.
The wind really just taking over. So it will be Karaha again in shotgun, Oliver Lewis to his left. 4 wide receivers set. 3 out wide to the right, 1 to the left. And handoff to Oliver Lewis. He'll pick up the remaining yard needed for the first down and a couple more.
Yep. Keep the chains moving here for Cambridge. Their third or fourth first down in this game. On offense, they're looking, I already said it, but they're looking very confident, more confident than I expected going into this game. Wayland's defense has yet to really cause a ton of pressure. No turnovers yet for this Cambridge team, which is also a big plus for them. They're taking care of the ball.
Yeah, and I mean, this offensive line for Cambridge Ridge and Latin is definitely playing better than the Bedford one did last week, as this is another screen pass outside to Doughton, and Dressens and Doughton kind of getting tangled up there.
Tangled up there.
Not really sure what was
Nick
happening.
Dressens trying to provide some more energy for this Wayland team.
Second down.
As anyways, it will be a second and medium, 2nd and 4. Karaha from the shotgun takes a snap, hands it off to Oliver Lewis, has a hole and room to run, gets brought down right around midfield. Another gaping hole.
Yeah, great run there from Oliver Lewis. He's proven to be very dangerous for his Wayland team. Much more dangerous than that two-headed monster of Bedford that they had going into. Wayland was stout on defense against the run there, but now Cambridge finding holes and exploiting them.
Yeah, and I guess Wayland more focused on the pass as they were beaten by it. The only drive that Cambridge has been able to score so far is Oliver Lewis. Nowhere this time. Ryan Bond, not Ryan Bondby.
Alex Mealy there, it looked like, actually, Josh.
No gain on the play.
I actually think it might have been Ben Boulevard. It was either 19 or 10. Boulevard was 19.
Regardless, great tackle there. Great tackle. Made sure that Oliver Lewis cannot get out of the backfield, stopping him for a loss. That's big time.
So those Boulevard twins, as you see there, both having a big impact on this game and really on this team in the past few games, offense and defense.
Yeah, 2 guys that we didn't know how big of a role they'd have going into the year, but they have stepped up and proven to be impact players in this Wayland defense. Charlie Boulevard, T1 offense, he caught a touchdown pass against North Quincy, I believe. So, pair of twins, great players. They'll be important pieces this year and moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely, Garrett. And after one quarter, what have you seen in this game so far from either team.
Yeah, so I'm impressed by Wayland's resilience here. They sort of got punched in the mouth early, but they were able to come back, stay confident, and punch it, and score 2 touchdowns, which is key for this Wayland team. Now Cambridge, though, is starting to drive a little bit. Can Wayland stay tough, stay resilient, and stop this Cambridge offense?
So Cambridge with a little bit of motion on offense right now. We'll see what they decide to run. Play action pass. Karaha looking deep. Has a receiver. What a throw.
What a grab!
And a touchdown for Cambridge Ridge and Latin. Dotton. Another big play. And that's Jerron Dotton, who got into it a little bit with Nick Dressens on a few plays ago. And that was a strike.
Josh, that was a fantastic throw. Over-the-shoulder catch from Dotton as well. That can't be undervalued. I thought the ball was overthrown. Dotton extended his hands, long wingspan, and reeled that in. This might be a shootout here, Josh. That was a fantastic throw. It just shows the arm of Karaha. I mean, that was a ridiculous pass.
As they'll go for 2 now to try to tie this game up. And Karaha rolling out to his right, looking for a man. He has him. What a throw by Karaha. Playing with some really impressive.
Yeah, some swagger here, Josh.
Yeah.
It's been I'm very impressed by Cambridge. They came out wanting to play. Tie ball game in the second quarter. This Wayland team has a big challenge ahead if they want to come away with a win here.
Yeah, and Wayland was not expecting this game to be as close as it is. So we'll see what they decide to run, or see if they can get something on a kick return. They have so many just real athletes on the offensive side of the ball. Again, I guess defensive side, but
yeah, a lot of explosive, quick players like Adam Goodfellow, Finn O'Driscoll, Jason Tucker, Shane Sutton. All those guys, Will Carr, all those guys can take any given punt or kick back to the house. Just very quick, fast players. It is true. This team is made up of a lot of elite athletes, which is to their advantage.
yeah, they're not the biggest team, and which is something that I think last year's team was more. They were much more reliant on just sheer size, whereas this team is pure athleticism. As Shane Sutton not going to be able to really get moving on this kick return. And luckily nothing. I wasn't sure if maybe there was some kind of scuffle, but nothing going on. So Wayland now will get the ball at the 32-yard line, or sorry, 27-yard line. And Taselli from the shotgun. Getting the play call in from the sideline. And read option goes nowhere. Not sure if that was the right read by Taselli.
Yeah, no. Looks like he had space to pull it out. I don't know. When in doubt, though, it's not a terrible idea to hand it off to Jason Tucker. We see him multiple times make something out of nothing.
Gain of a yard, second down.
So, second down and around 8. Taselli. Again, they look over to the sideline. Now, a little bit of a cool night here in Wayland compared to last week, where it really just felt like a spring night. As Taselli passed deep and incomplete.
Intended for Adam Goodfellow.
No flags, it looks like.
Brings up a wheel on third down.
And as you may have heard, that pass was intended for Adam Goodfellow.
Yeah, Josh, about the weather, though. A little bit of rain early on in this game in the first quarter, a little bit of sprinkle. It seemed to have cleared up outside, but it is very chilly, very windy, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But the elements do play a factor in this game because this is the coldest game that Wayland's played in so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's football weather. This is what's going to happen. And, I mean, they had to expect it playing their season in March. We've luckily actually had some very nice weather.
Yes.
But, yeah, as you mentioned, definitely the coldest game they've had. As Taselli pass out wide.
Lucas Taselli's pass complete to Adam Goodfellow.
And
Good for a Wayland
completed to
first down.
Goodfellow for, I believe, for the first down. Yeah, it is for first down.
13 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 from the Warriors.
13-yard reception, as you probably heard on that broadcast. 1st and 10 now for Wayland. They're starting to get the offense moving a little bit.
So Taselli now under center. Pitch to Tucker. Tucker out wide to the left. Breaks a few tackles, but is not able to escape
Tackling the play by Woodley Felix.
the rest of the tacklers, so it's just a short gain, but
2nd down.
again, made something out of nothing.
Second and 6 here, Josh.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how Tucker was able to get 4 out of that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
He got hit, I believe it was like 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down for Wayland. Taselli dropping back to pass, looking for a man. No one open, so he'll just scramble out of bounds.
Will Carr was calling for the ball there on the sideline. It was a tight window there, though. I think that's a smart play from Luke Taselli, just to take the ball and try to run for what you can get instead of trying to force it and possibly give up an interception.
So that will be considered a sack for Cambridge Ridge and Latin. Lost 4 yards. So Wayland with a 3rd and long. Trying to get a first down. You don't want to give Cambridge a chance to take the lead. And, you know, both of these teams, this is the first time Wayland has played a team that can really score at a moment's notice with the deep ball. No other team they've played has been really a good passing team at all.
Yeah, Josh. Now, 4th down here. 4th and short for Wayland.
Six on the play, brings up a Wayland 4th down.
It looks like they brought out the punting group. Yeah, they're playing it safe here.
I don't hate this call.
Yeah,
You
me
can
neither. Me
Try to
neither.
pin them back.
Dante Christie to receive for Cambridge.
Yeah, you sort of have to trust your defense at this point. They've been elite all year. No reason to give up on them now, just after a couple touchdowns.
And a short kick, but they do get a Wayland bounce. And it will settle
No return on the kick.
at around the 28-yard line. So not exactly what they would have wanted, but there is a lot of wind. So
Ball at the Falcons'
unsure about
28-yard line.
how that may have affected that punt. So Cambridge with a chance to take the lead again after a beautiful pass in their last drive to Jerron Doughton. So Karaha playing probably what is his best game of the season so far against a good team, as
After Karaha's
Okay.
pass,
I spoke too soon,
soon.
as that one spiked at his receiver's feet.
Yeah, but Karaha is playing very confidently. He's been able to chuck the ball downfield. The coaching staff has a lot of confidence in him, just judging by their play selection. You know, it's been a good balance on offense for Cambridge. They're mixing in passes with runs. They aren't predictable right now because they've shown multiple different sets, different plays.
And that is short pass. Good play call.
Karaha's pass complete.
And Aiden brought down
Ezekiel Cordero
for a gain of around 12 and a first down.
Yeah, sophomore wide receiver there, Aiden. You don't see many sophomores playing at the varsity football level. just a credit to him.
We've called his name quite a few times as well.
First and 10 for the Falcons, 39-yard line.
And Oliver Lewis not really going anywhere. There's a group of Wayland tacklers led by
Headline there.
Mealy,
Yeah.
Bolivar, and Parsegian.
Gain of 1, second down.
So, kind of just a weird game so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot of explosive plays. It looked like Wayland was going to extend the lead after Tiselli, and after that Tucker run. Here's another
And a
deep
deep
ball.
pass down the field, incomplete, intended to Aiden. That ball was thrown out of bounds.
Another target from Aiden
Brings
for
up
Aiden.
Cambridge, third down.
He has wheels though, Josh.
Yeah.
It was just barely overthrown ball there from Karaha. We've seen that play multiple times though down the sideline to him. One time connecting, not third and long.
So Karaha trying to get something going. Wayland trying to make this drive end abruptly. So I don't know what happened there.
Looks like a false start there, Josh.
Yeah, I'm guessing it. Yeah, it is going to be a false start. So making their situation more difficult. So now it's going to be 3rd and 14.
5-yard penalty, remains third down.
And it looked like a lot of guys jumped from Cambridge Ridge and Latin.
Yeah, they've been going early multiple times throughout this game. They just got caught in it twice.
So
Seems like a
Karaha,
recurring theme.
yeah. Big task for Karaha. And a screen pass to Christie. And a lateral. That ball is a fumble. That is loose and Wayland recovers it.
Big swing there for Wayland. That's a very risky play call. A lateral there in the backfield. If it worked, it looked like number 51, Nicholas Oliver Chase, had a little bit of a seam there to try to pick up the yardage, but I don't know if he was even expecting the ball there. Ball falls right through his hands, and Wayland now prime field position.
Ball at the Cambridge
Yeah,
39-yard
the coaching
line.
staff for Cambridge Ridge and Latin not going to be happy after that one, as that is a huge turnover and on a dangerous play.
That could have easily been a scoop and score too, Josh. That Wayland had multiple players downfield. It's just a questionable decision there from the Cambridge Ridge and Latin players.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, and Christie could have had the ball in his hands. And it is a lot of yardage that you have to make up, but he did have some space. But anyways, Wayland has a really nice opportunity here to take the lead. Already pretty much in field goal range, maybe a little bit shy, but Kiesman does have a leg. So, if you're just tuning in, I'm Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Garrett Spooner, and this is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland varsity football. This is an unusual matchup. Wayland Warriors unbeaten, beating Bedford, Boston Latin, and North Quincy. Cambridge Ridge and Latin not having as good of a season, but they did just beat Boston Latin pretty easily in their last game. And they have played one heck of a game here tonight.
Yeah, they have. Outside of that one turnover, Josh, they played a nearly perfect game, especially offensively. They've been dominant offensively. But now Wayland, they are we're in a good position here, in my opinion. Great field position, and with the tie game, Luke Selly will be looking to command this team to take a 6-point lead.
An interesting play call for Wayland, pass deep down the field.
Lucaselli's pass incomplete.
Incomplete. We could not see what happened there. It looked like it, based on the sidelines reaction, it looked like it may have been
A drop.
a drop. Yeah, it was Adam Goodfellow. He seems a little bit frustrated, so not really sure what happened there, but that ball was thrown to the end zone. And Garrett, I like these two running back sets.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing these all year with both Sutton and Tucker on the field. I also like it. Two of their best playmakers side by side. That's dangerous.
Yeah, as neither of them will get the ball here, both sort of blocking. Tiselli
Lucaselli's pass incomplete.
Spikes
throws
at
it,
the ground.
yeah, right at Tucker's feet to avoid an intentional grounding.
Jason Tucker.
That's a great play there from Tiselli. Felt the pressure, was able to find Tucker and just throw it at his feet. That was a smart play.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Oh, wow.
Against Cambridge.
And a defensive holding called on Cambridge. That is a brutal penalty.
That's going to move the chains, Josh, I believe.
Yes, it will. And
Yep,
the
looks
chain crew slow to move the ball, slow to move the chains, but now they do. Can't blame that. It was a little bit of a confusing situation. So Hochberger now lined up as the tailback, or the H-back. Tucker, the running back. So Wayland now in the red zone. Tucker try to take it out wide, brought down for a loss of yardage.
Great tackle there by Woodley Felix. First time calling his name. Brought Tucker down with force on that run.
Second down.
Yeah, very hard to bring Tucker down to the ground in the backfield. He made it look easy there. And this Cambridge Region Latin team does have size. Coming in handy there. So Wayland now moved out of the red zone, but they do have a 2nd and 12. Tucker now, inside handoff, and Tucker will get a few for a 3rd and 9.
Wayland in field goal position here, so I do not believe it's 4-down territory for them. I think if you're Wayland to get stopped here, take the 3 points. But still, with that being said, they're gonna look to pick up these 9 yards here, not play it safe, because they want 7 here. Just judging by how dangerous Cambridge has looked all game, they need as big as a lead as they can get.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, Garrett. I think that unless they lose more yards, they'll probably go for it. So I'd expect a run here, or a short pass. It is a run up the middle. Tucker just short of a 1st down. Definitely could go for it, but they are definitely in field goal range.
Yeah, now this is a questionable call here about whether to go for it or not. Looks like the offense is staying out on the field. I sort of like it, though. 4th and 1, might as well.
Yeah, Jason Tucker. We'll see what they do. They do get to Tucker, and he's brought down for a loss.
Big play by Cambridge there. Tucker stopped in the backfield. Second play in that series where he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Cambridge line takes on the ball now. Momentum swing again.
Yeah, and Cambridge just got into the backfield very quickly. Defensive tackles are dominating this game.
Ball at their own 13-yard line.
And I was thinking about saying it, but I decided against it because I didn't want to jinx it. But Jason Tucker averages 8 yards per touch in his career. You know, 4th and 1 is almost a given for him normally, but Cambridge Region Latin up to the task.
Sniffed it out.
Oliver Lewis, short gain.
Carried by Aiden Oliver Lewis. Nick presses on the tackle.
Brought down by Dressens.
Gain of 2, 2nd down.
So 2nd and 7 for the Falcons. Karaha in the shotgun hands it off to Lewis, Oliver Lewis again. and brought down by Matt Morris.
Yeah, Hochberger there helping with the tackle too.
Matt Morris on the tackle.
2 straight short pickups for Cambridge Ridgeline, set up a third and medium.
Gain of 2. Third down.
Yeah, so still a tie game. Cambridge with a real opportunity before halftime to try to take the lead and really make Wayland pretty uncomfortable. Maybe have to run a 2-minute drill if they even have time. Karaha out to his right. Throw is dropped by Aiden.
Pass incomplete.
He probably could have had a first down if he did make that catch.
Yeah, Aiden looked frustrated with himself there, but I'm not entirely convinced that he would have picked up the first down yardage anyways. Looked like a short of the marker no matter what, so 4th down, and the punting team comes on. A 4-minute drill, we could say, for Wayland here coming up. It is going to be a huge drive for them. In order to be at least a little bit comfortable going to halftime, they need 6.
Yeah, keep in mind that Wayland does get the ball at halftime, so if they put up points and then halftime comes, they have a really good chance to go up 2 possessions once we return from the halftime break. As this ball almost blocked, let's see if there's a flag.
That takes a very friendly bounce for Cambridge, but that ball was very close to being blocked there.
Turn on the kick. It'll be first
And
Wayland.
no flag called.
Ball to Warriors.
The punter looked like he may have been.
Yes, 1st and 10 now for Wayland, back on the field. 4-minute drill. Luke Tiselli here is going to be put under pressure for really the first time in his senior campaign. We know he's played in big games before. We've told that story in other broadcasts about him stepping in that playoff game his sophomore year. But now he really has to take a lead here and just lead this Wayland offense to the end zone if they want any sense of comfort going into halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Tiselli, if he can get going.
Tough to stop.
Yes. And Tiselli really, how he plays is often how the team does. If he's playing well, this team is one of the most dangerous teams in the state, really. And if he's playing badly, they're just sort of a mediocre team. So,
yeah. On that run there, Tucker stopped again. Very short gain for him. Unable to really get going, aside from that, of course, that 30-yard run for a touchdown.
yeah, and honestly, I would like to see them try to get the ball into Tiselli's hands more, to throw the ball down the field, because he has made some great throws in this game and really hasn't made any bad mistakes at all. As Tiselli keeps this one, makes the right read, and he gets down. To get a little bit of a glimpse of the sunset in the distance. Season stats there.
Gain of 11 on the play.
And I would say, for the most part, the completion percentage is a little bit skewed, just based on like throwaways, stuff like that.
Throwaways. I would say Tiselli has played better than those numbers show on the season. He only has 2 interceptions all year, which is pretty solid for a high school quarterback.
And Tiselli throwing deep here down the field. Incomplete.
Pass incomplete, intended for Adam Goodfellow.
Goodfellow was the intended receiver once again.
Second down.
So Tiselli in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Play action pass, looking for Darubis down the field. Darubis looked like he may have stopped running a little bit. Incomplete pass. So Wayland faced with a 3rd down here. You don't want to give the ball back with too much time. So Taselli in the shotgun. Taselli rolling out to his left, now rolling out to his right. Pass to Carr. What a job by Carr to get under that ball, make the catch for the first down as time will stop when he got out of bounds. Really nice job by Taselli to find Carr. Carr sort of running under it like a punt returner and securing it.
Yeah, that was a great toe tap catch there from Carr on the sideline. That was impressive. And much needed from Wayland. Finally getting the ball moving here late in this second quarter.
So a little over 2 minutes left to play. Wayland in Cambridge Ridge and Latin territory. Pass to Goodfellow. Quick pass. Tiptoeing the sidelines, making a man miss. Down to the 28-yard line.
Adam Goodfellow putting some Cambridge Ridge Latin players on skates. Nice to see him try to build up his confidence a little more after that drop in earlier in the half. That was a great move by Adam. Just shows how shifty he is, how explosive a piece he is at that second wide receiver slot.
So we get a whistle here, stoppage in play, maybe a timeout by Cambridge. So 2 minutes left to go. Wayland plenty of time to finish off this drive and hopefully put some points on the board before halftime. So, timeout called by Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge looking to get Wayland off the field here. Maybe going a little 2-minute drive of their own if they can do it quickly. But yeah, 1 minute, 59 seconds left. Wayland around 25 yards to go to get into the end zone. And they're looking to put up 7. A lot of great plays there by Luke Taselli in this game, in this drive so far. Completion to Carr, completion to Goodfellow, and Wayland is right back in Cambridge Land territory.
So now it is Taselli in the shotgun. Handoff to Tucker out wide to the right. Tucker has some holes.
There goes Tucker.
Tucker down to the 11-yard line. Nice job.
Yeah, number 45, Calvin Gulame. Apologies for that, for butchering that pronunciation likely, but great tackle there from the senior inside linebacker.
And Jason Tucker starting to get going, had a touchdown for the last score. Tucker out wide to the left. Tucker tried to find the corner. He does.
Great
Tucker
play.
Into the end zone. House call for Wayland. They take the lead.
Much needed too from Tucker. Tucker there, getting outside like he usually does. That's a Jason Tucker I was used to seeing. Great run there. 6 points for Wayland.
So now Wayland with a chance to go up 7 points.
Flag before the kick.
Yeah.
So
offside on Cambridge and Latin there for the kick.
a little bit of a strange penalty. So a little bit of confusion. Looks like Wayland can't really decide what to do for the play call, but I guess the argument is, do you go for 2 now with the penalty? But looks like they do decide against that. And this one kicked through the uprights. That one is good. 7-point lead for Wayland. So now Cambridge Ridge and Latin does have some time to get a drive going and potentially put points on the board. And, you know, if you're Cambridge, Garrett, you really need to try to score here because you can't really trust your defense that much to hold Wayland off once they get the ball back at halftime.
Completely agree with you there, Josh. Cambridge needs to be aggressive here. No way, in my opinion, that they try to take kneels or just run the ball out. They need to be as aggressive as possible. They came here to win the game, not to be in a close game with Wayland. So in my opinion, go all out here. Try to get 6, at least 3, to put some pressure on this Wayland team.
So Kiesman to kick here. Puts the ball on the tee. And Wayland looking to get some good field possession. Or excuse me, Cambridge trying to get some good field position. And Cambridge taking it out. Spin move. But he will not get much further as Kiesman actually comes on to help with the tackle. So Cambridge will take over at around the 30-yard line with 1 minute and around, we'll see where the clock stops, but around 12, it looks like a minute and 12 seconds left to go. Not really sure what just happened there. So we'll figure out what's going on with the clock. But anyways,
nevertheless, it will be looking like a 2-minute drill here from Cambridge, or close to it. And they want points here. 1:24 on the clock.
Yeah, so there we go. We got that sorted out. So a minute 24 for Cambridge to drive 70 yards. Karaha now looking deep down the field. Dangerous, tipped. Shane DeRubis was the first one to tip it. Then I believe Bonvie also got a hand on it.
Good fellow dove for that at the end. Unable to come down with it.
So, good idea by Karaha, but unable to execute.
That was a gun in there, Josh. That was a ball coming in hot. That's a tough catch for any receiver. Karaha is lucky that didn't get picked off on the tip throw.
Yeah, and Karaha definitely has some impressive firepower on his throws. As Karaha screen pass, and that is dropped.
Brutal drop there from Cambridge and Latin. That could have been a first down play there. He had that Cambridge and Latin receiver had a ton of room downfield.
Yeah, it's Jerron Dotton again. Scored the deep touchdown earlier on the beautiful throw. So luckily for Cambridge, it didn't take too much time off the clock, but you know, you never know what could happen. You don't want to leave too much time for Wayland because they will go down the field and score. And Karaha will keep it himself, making a move, making a man miss, but gets brought down around a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, interesting call here coming from Cambridge. It looks like I would punt it here, but who knows what Cambridge is going to do. Looks like the offense is Karaha is staying on the field. Risky call. But actually, 45 seconds left by the time they snap it, probably around 35. Tough for Wayland to get 6 points there after that, but who knows with Tucker.
And Hames almost jumping off sides. Cambridge Ridge and Latin really wanted that call, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to run the play clock down, or the game clock down, and we'll see what happens. Trying to draw them off sides. And they do snap it, but it is a punt. That play call again, and that is a beautiful punt by Karaha. Down inside the 11-yard line.
That was actually a very impressive punt, Josh. Got a lot of power to that. Took a very friendly roll for Karaha, but pinned Wayland back deep. Looks like they'll probably take a kneel, though, to end the half, if I were to guess.
Yeah, and I think that was a smart move by the Falcons, and Wayland definitely not exactly what they wanted 100%, but yeah, so not exactly what they wanted 100%, but with that being said, they are up going into halftime. So
Yeah, it's been definitely been a strange game for Wayland here. Struggling, but they're looking to pick up momentum as of late in the second quarter. They have been looking good.
With the score, Wayland 21, Cambridge
yeah, absolutely.
14.
And as now the clock ticks down for Wayland.
Halftime now at the turf. It's definitely been an interesting half. I think we say that, both of us. Look for Wayland try to respond, though, in the second half. Look to get out there early.
Yeah, absolutely. And stay tuned because we do have an interview before we take a break during this halftime. But Garrett, what did you see in that first half from Wayland? What did you like? What didn't you like?
Yeah, so I liked how, especially late in the second quarter, how Luke DeSello was able to get going in the passing game. I thought that was underutilized in the first quarter. Jason Tucker, though, obviously breaking off a couple huge runs, very talented player. I want to keep that variety, though, going on offense. Keep Cambridge Ridgeline on their toes. They can't be if they expect to run every play and they get run every play, that's just making life easy for the Falcons.
Yeah, and honestly, two of the things I liked the two running back sets with Sutton and Tucker, but I also like that short pass to Adam Goodfellow on the sideline
Yes.
where he was able to make a man miss. They have a lot of those guys on offense that just get those short yardage plays, get it so you have, at the very worst, a 3rd and short. Tucker's likely going to pick it up, other than that one 4th down conversion that they were not able to get. But yeah, definitely a very, very impressive job by Tucker with 2 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, Tucker's been great all game, and this defense has shown moments of brilliance in the first half. I mean, they struggled to get going. Cambridge Ridgeline had 2 big-time performances, or big-time drives, excuse me. But yeah, the defense has been looking good and looking to improve in this second half.
Yeah, so hopefully we will be able to get to that interview soon. But honestly, for now, as unfortunate timing there. But anyways, Wayland picking up a 7-point lead at halftime. And, you know, this Cambridge team kind of surprising us a little bit. They have been able to run the ball with some success. This offensive line at times has appeared dominant.
Yeah, this Cambridge team has played a great game so far. They were able to run the ball. Karaha showed his arm there, multiple stages of that half. And overall, though, just fantastic game for Cambridge so far. And they're right where they want to be. They're in this game right now. Chance to win it in the second half.
I'm here alongside Wayland head coach Scott Barsegian. Coach, tonight was senior night for you guys. What does that mean to be able to have something like this in a shortened season?
Well, the fact that we do have a senior night is great. We're home again under the lights, starting to get dark, and just glad we're here. You know, after everything we've been through, playing football, and April 1st, it's unbelievable.
Quick, tight game to end the season. You guys pulled ahead at the end. What are you going to tell your guys going into a tight match, going into the playoffs at home?
Well, again, we haven't seen this team ever. We've never played them, so we knew they had some athletes, and we had to be ready to go. They hit us on a couple key plays, you know, a great pass, and they hit us with an inside draw play that got them some big yards and got them down there. So we just got to be ready to play. We got to tackle better.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right,
Back
we'll
to
see
you
ya.
guys. All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Well, you heard it there. Coach P, not really concerned with how they're playing right now, but he did mention Cambridge able to make some big plays, get the offense going. But I think we can expect to see this Wayland defense tighten things up.
Yeah.
And maybe the Wayland offense as well.
Yeah, Josh, and as Coach B said, this is the first time Wayland has played CRL in a long time. CRL, obviously, DCL large school. Weird schedule this year. They're playing Wayland. But yeah, it sort of felt like this Wayland defense was just trying to figure CRL out a little bit. And I think they will be able to do that in the second half. If I were to give my prediction, I were to say Wayland will be able to come out on top here. 35-21, I'll say. Final
All right.
prediction.
You guys heard it here first. 35-21. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're getting ready for a very exciting second half, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Hello everyone and welcome back. We have a crazy kickoff right here. Shane Sutton somehow managed to get to the 26 or 7 yard line as Wayland was kind of scrambling to get the ball as it was on the ground. But anyways, second half action here. Looking to be an exciting second half.
Yeah, Wayland retains the ball, Josh. They get the ball to start this half. They deferred to start the game. And now Wayland looking to make it a 2-score game. Sort of extend out this lead in what has not been a comfortable game at all for this Warrior team.
Yeah, not at all, Garrett. And hopefully Luke Taselli can help lead them down the field here. He has played a good game, but has not made that many throws. He did have that long, beautiful pass to Will Carr for the touchdown. So the snap and the handoff to Tucker, not really going anywhere.
Yeah, 2nd and 7 now looks like, Josh, for this Wayland team. Looking to score some more points here. Again, still using Tucker very heavily, sticking with what has worked historically for this Wayland team this year, which is the run game. And I don't mind it. It shows you have confidence in your guys. That Jason Tucker obviously is your guy on offense. Just keep the ball in his hands because you know he wants it.
Yeah, it definitely is. This is another run to Tucker, brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Cambridge line here is looking to make a statement that they're here to stay. This is not a fluke.
And that was a beautiful play by Ezekiel Cordero. Bedford has made a few of those really nice plays. Or excuse me, Cambridge. I believe I just called them Bedford. And Taselli dropping back to pass.
Screen pass.
Tucker has room to run if he could get past. Oh, yes,
There's the wheels.
There, cranks it into a different gear. 1 man to beat. Losing speed, but Tucker into the end zone. House call for Wayland. 3rd of the day for Tucker.
That's a big play by that Jason Tucker. Looks like Cambridge thought Wayland was going with the deep ball there. They all seemingly dropped back in coverage. Tons of room for Tucker to make the play. Touchdown Wayland. Big play for this Wayland offense and really extends out this lead.
And for a minute there, Garrett, it looked like the defensive lineman had a chance to catch him, but he just put it into a different gear and basically just
outran the entire Cambridge team.
He looked like Tyreek Hill out there compared to everyone else.
It was
just blowing by.
fantastic acceleration there. It's very impressive. Very tough to do because he was coming from a full stop there on that screen. He had to charge up, speed up to get to full speed, and he does. What a talent that Jason Tucker is.
Yeah, I mean, he has a gear that really you don't see out of high school football players anywhere. And he's going to have an opportunity to do this at the next level, wherever that ends up being. But what a game Jason Tucker has had doing it as a receiver and as a running back. 3 touchdowns on the day for him. That's Luke Taselli's 2nd touchdown. And Taselli has also had a great game.
Yeah. This Wayland offense, they are putting up points. Again, like we said, we thought this game was going to be high scoring, and it delivered. Cambridge now looking to respond. They need points here if they want to stick with this game because this Wayland offense right now looks unstoppable.
Yeah, it really does, Garrett. And that screen pass is lethal. You know, whether it be to Adam Goodfellow or to Jason Tucker or Shane Sutton. Anytime a team can successfully get a screen pass to work, it has touchdown implications written all over it. As this one is returned, Another spin move, but Adam Goodfellow having none of it.
Play by Adam Goodfellow.
Jonas
Will be first and 10.
Mulugeta. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but he really likes that spin move. Not able to go anywhere though, as Adam Goodfellow was not buying it. So 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Cambridge Ridge and Latin, led by Karaha, trying to get something going on offense once again. They have had some success here today, more than teams typically have against Wayland. Wayland giving up just 7 points in their last 2 games to good teams.
Ooh, that was a dangerous pass there.
Through the hands of Shane DeRubis.
Second down.
So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass from Karaha. Karaha from the shotgun. What a play! Oliver Lewis.
Carried by Aiden Oliver Lewis. Passing the play by Nick Dresden.
Yeah, that's definitely enough for the first down. Cambridge and Latin. That was an inventive play call there. The quarterback ran, seemingly an option play out to the left, and was able to escape through the running back.
And going nowhere is Oliver Lewis.
Matt Moore starting to stop. He's fired up right now.
Yeah, and we've talked about it all the time, heart and soul of this team on the offensive and defensive line, trying to get this defense passionate. And another screen pass just dropped by Jerron Dotton. The second screen pass that has gone straight through his hands. He could have potentially had a lot of room to run on that.
Yeah, it's almost like he was trying to run before he caught the ball there, Josh. He had his sights focused on getting that first down, but was not active enough to even catch the ball.
Yeah, definitely the most common mistake you will see out of a receiver. Just
going too fast.
Think about being a runner before they even make the catch. And ruling with pressure, but Karaha escapes.
Cuts outside.
He has room to run outside. Dressens, can he bring him down? He does force him out of bounds, but not before they pick up the first down. Karaha showing his ability to improvise, picking up a crucial first down for the Falcons.
Gain of 19 on the carry. First and 10 from the Wayland 45-yard line.
So first down in Wayland territory now at the 45. Karaha handoff to Oliver Lewis.
He's wrapped up again. This way on defensive line, starting to play a little bit better. Get pressure to both the quarterback and filling gaps there. Another great play by them.
So, 2nd and around 9 for the Falcons here. You know, as the sun sets, it's probably getting pretty cold out there, and we're not out there as we are in the Wakeham studio calling this game, but I imagine it can be difficult to throw the ball as Karaha running again down the sideline, forced out of bounds, and he is proving to be dangerous with both his arm and his legs.
Yeah, he's fast, Josh. He's able to change direction with ease and just accelerate downfield. Another one of these dual threat quarterbacks that can both run the ball and pass the ball. Very popular high school position. We saw it with Mason Bolivar. Pretty much the ultimate dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
He ran it probably more than he passed it in his Wayland tenure.
Yeah, and he was a bulldozer too. He was not just trying to avoid guys. He was running through them. Now playing college as a safety or a linebacker, I believe.
At Trinity.
Yeah. And Oliver Lewis brought down. Oliver Lewis, I believe, also one of the star players for the Cambridge Ridge and Latin basketball team, who Wayland played in the DCL playoffs this past season. You guys played them, Garrett.
That was an interesting game.
Tight game, unfortunately not able to come out with the win, but we are able to see Aiden Oliver Lewis is a very talented two-sport athlete. As he is a little bit slow to get up, but he seems to be okay. So, 3rd and 4 now for the Falcons. I imagine they would go for it on 4th down here unless something crazy were to happen.
Yeah, completely agree with you there, Josh. Although, who knows their kicker's leg, although he did miss an extra point earlier in the game, if that's any sign.
And camera's really shaking now because of the wind, so we apologize for that. But
Oh,
that one,
miscommunication there from Cambridge.
yeah, still was a little bit underthrown by Karaha, so I don't think it would have been a completed pass. But Bonvie, great job reading the quarterback's eyes, almost coming up with the interception. So we have a 4th and 4 and another decision that needs to be made for the Falcons. I don't see why you would not go for it
Yeah,
here, Garrett.
no. You have to be aggressive here. It looks like they are lining up. Watch again for attempted offsides play here. Try to draw Wayland to jump. They've tried that multiple times. None have worked, though. Credit to Wayland's discipline.
And I imagine, look at, no hard count, low snap. Karaha going out to his right. Pass is complete into the end zone for a touchdown. What a 4th down conversion for the Cambridge Ridge and Latin Falcons.
Casey Tang, first time calling his name. Huge play for Cambridge, and that just keeps them in the game. Josh, I think this Wayland team is a little bit stunned.
Yeah, they really are, and that honestly looked like a play that was going to be blown up. Karaha stuck with it after the pass was snapped, or the pass was bounced to him, or the snap was bounced to him, and he put that one right in Tang's hands for the touchdown, now with a chance to make it a 7-point game. He has missed one extra point, though. This one right through the uprights.
And it remains a close game going midway through the 3rd quarter. Wild game so far.
And Karaha really putting this team on his back alongside with Oliver Lewis, who has done a great job running the ball. But, I mean, a lot to be said by this performance from the Falcons. Definitely a little bit really surprising to this Wayland Warrior team that you look at the scoreboard and Cambridge is losing to teams that Wayland is easily beating. So you wouldn't really expect a team like that to put up a fight.
Yeah, Josh, and as I'm looking now at the sideline, a certain coach is missing from the Wayland sideline. Offensive coordinator Ian Bonner does not look like he is there tonight. Obviously, the offense has been successful even without him, but another question mark.
Right, yeah. So we'll see what happens here on the kick return. Let's see if Shane Sutton can spark some life, but it looks like this kick, Sutton won't have much of an opportunity, but yeah, he'll just be brought down pretty quickly after getting the ball, but not terrible field position for the Warriors.
Looks like Wayland's going to take over the 35-yard line now. Big-time drive on offense. Again, it feels like every drive is a big drive now with Cambridge being so tight, close to Wayland on the scoreboard. See what Luke Ducelli and Jason Tucker can do here on their led offense.
So another big possession for Wayland. Really an exciting game that we've been able to see here today. So always nice to see those type of games.
Yeah, it's refreshing because Wayland has been blowing out opponents left and right throughout the whole year. It's nice to see them in a tight game, see how they respond when the pressure's really on.
So this is a handoff to Tucker, who not really able to go anywhere. The offensive line couldn't get much of a push, but he does pick up a few.
Gain of 2, 2nd down.
So we'll see what they decide to do here. but they do have their typical 3 wide receiver set. Taselli, deep pass.
Flag on
There's
the
a
play.
flag down.
Pass incomplete, intended for Adam Goodfellow.
Intended for Adam Goodfellow.
Play.
We'll see what the flag was as Taselli goes over to talk to
Looks like this Wayland
assistant
team
coach
is
Jack
moving.
O'Rourke.
Looks like they're moving up the sideline, or up the field, excuse me.
See what the call is. Yeah, so they're giving them a first down. I'm guessing it had something to do with defensive holding,
Yep.
or it's typically what you see when you have a flag in the secondary like that. And a timeout called by Cambridge, and one of their coaches it looks like he's not happy with the call as he's out to talk with the officials. Not really sure why you'd waste a timeout to talk to the officials on something that you can't change. But with that being said, Wayland now first and 10. So, see what they can draw up here. Garrett, if you're Wayland, what do you want to do?
Yeah, Josh, I think it's time to get Luke Taselli the ball in his hands. Jason Tucker, of course, has been very reliable in the rushing game, and I'd love to see more of those 2 running back sets between Tucker and Sutton. Now, though, I think it's time to get Luke Taselli, get him throwing the ball downfield like he just did, finding Adam Goodfellow, drawing the penalty. Just a more varied attack from Wayland.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like the runs up the middle are not working. I don't know what is happening. Cambridge Region Latin still talking with the officials. And
Timeout on the field.
very interesting. No flags have been thrown, so I don't think there's any type of personal foul call. So we'll see what gets sorted out here. But anyways, if you are just tuning in, I'm Josh Schreiber. Alongside me, Garrett Spooner. This is Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland varsity football. And if you are just tuning in, you have missed one heck of a game and an offensive battle on both sides of the ball. Karaha, the Cambridge Region Latin quarterback, is doing an incredible job with his legs, with his arm, just getting things done for this Cambridge Region Latin offense. And so is Luke Taselli with Jason Tucker. So these wide receiver quarterback running back duos have really been the story on both offensive sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And I think the offensive line specifically for Cambridge has too.
Yeah, I just think both offensive lines have played good games. Neither quarterback has been pressured a ton by the defense.
And handoff to the left.
There he
Tucker down the
goes.
sideline. He has a chance to score. And he will. House call for Wayland. 4th of the day for Jason Tucker.
Yards on the carry.
And you see Adam Goodfellow making some kind of gesture about talking. I wonder if maybe something going on between the two teams. But Tucker, well, that's not good. Tucker appears to be limping. But what a run by Jason Tucker again. You hope he's okay.
Yeah, great run up the sideline. Just shows what Jason Tucker can do. Not a fantastic sight there, seeing him down the sideline. Hopefully something minor. But again, great run, great response from Wayland there.
By Harrison Bisman is good.
So, you hope it's just a cramp. It looked like it might be just a cramp. 'Cause he was just walking into the end zone, really.
Yeah.
But just showing how good he is, that he is feeling comfortable just walking into the end zone.
Yeah, exactly. He's quite the player, Josh.
Yeah, and it looks like it is just a cramp. you'd assume based on what the trainer is doing with his leg, or hopefully, but I guess we'll find out soon. You just have to hope he's okay, because he has been very active in this game.
Mm-hmm.
And really just an incredible talent. And an incredible teammate. So Kiesman to kick, Wayland back to a 2-touchdown lead, 35-21. Really an offensive slugfest as Kiesman boots this one down the field. Returned. And he will get brought down. I believe it was Hochberger among many other tacklers for Wayland.
Kiesman in there again.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st and 10, Cambridge.
Kiesman, not only their kicker, but he is also their starting center. So, has a huge role on this team. This Wayland defense looking to get the ball back and then hopefully get another touchdown to really get it to a point where the Falcons can't really make a comeback.
But first, they have to show their ability to make a stop on defense right now. This is the most points Wayland's given up all year right now. If they can get a stop on defense, it'd go a long way towards their confidence.
Yeah, and as I believe that's Aiden trying to get something going. Sorry, that's not Aiden. That is
Casey Tang.
Casey Tang, who's just scored the touchdown for them.
Gain of 5. Second down.
So Karaha now 2nd and 5. Trying to get something going for the Falcons. Pass almost over his head, but he does throw the screen pass to Doughton. And Doughton gets drilled.
Nick Dresens, what a hit from him. And he's fired up right now.
Play by Nick Dresens.
You know, you see a hit like that, you don't even have to look at who the number is, or who delivered that hit. It's going to be Nick Dresens. And he really just brings the boom to every game. So now, 3rd and short for Cambridge. And brought down, short of the first down. Alex Mealy, I believe. No, that's not Alex Mealy. That's where there was a player down. I think that might have been Dresens with the tackle for loss. So 4th down, and I think Cambridge.
Oh, they gave him the first down there, Josh.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know about that one.
Kind forward progress spot there.
Very
from
kind.
the officiating staff.
And Garrett, you mentioned that this is the most points Wayland has given up in a single game. This is almost equivalent to the amount of points that they've given up in the entire season.
Yeah.
As that pass is incomplete.
It just shows how dominant this Wayland defense has been. I mean, they held a team like North Quincy, who was a very good team like Bedford, who's a very good team, to very few points. 7 total points combined in both of those games. So that just shows what this Wayland defense has the potential to do. And right now, they're starting to play a little bit better down the stretch here, Josh.
Yeah.
Limiting the big play well. And let's see if they can get them off field here. 2nd and 10.
And Karaha is really a very good quarterback and playing a very, very good game as he fakes the handoff and somehow gets that pass off. Hard hit delivered by Adam Goodfellow.
Yeah, Goodfellow planted him there. That was a Nick Dresens-esque tackle.
Gain of 4.
Yeah, Goodfellow, the ball hawk of this defense, free safety position, really just all over the place.
3rd and 6 now for Wayland. They want to get off the field badly here, I'm sure. Might be 4 down territory for Cambridge, though.
Yeah, definitely. Probably will have to get something going because Wayland is more than likely, you have to assume that they're going to score. As that ball is incomplete.
Intended for Jaron Daughton.
Looks like Don had a chance to come down with that there, but was unable to do so.
Yeah, not the best throw and
Yeah.
thrown into double coverage. So
Looks like the punt team is coming on here. Was unable to pick up any yards. Cambridge trusting their defense, looking to get a stop here. It's a risky play. I feel like if you give the ball back and Wayland punches in a touchdown here, that might be all she wrote.
yep, I would have to agree, Garrett. And the Cambridge defense was doing a good job to start the game, but it just gets to a point where Wayland can really just be unstoppable at times. As Goodfellow gets brought down,
Goodfellow.
so Wayland will have decent field position around the
It'll be first and
38-yard line. Their own 38-yard line, that is.
38-yard line.
So 3 minutes left in the third quarter of this game. So Wayland on offense, not necessarily a critical drive, as they do have a comfortable lead, but you know, if you can go up 3 possessions, that in the third quarter,
Yeah, it's a big one. It's definitely
Yeah.
a big drive. I feel like this is the drive that could put Cambridge Regional Latin away, especially if they get any form of points here. It's tough to come back on a defense like this Wayland one, down 17 or more.
yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And Luke DeCelli now will take the snap under center. Nick Dressenson is the 8th back, and it is Shane Sutton in at the running back. So
Carried by King
It's like it
Sutton.
slips there.
yeah, he did. It
Trying
looked,
to make
yeah,
a
he
cut.
did slip.
Touchdown for a loss on the play by Nicholas Oliver Chase.
So a loss of 3 yards there. 2nd and 13.
Loss of 3.
And-
Second down.
You have to hope Tucker is okay, even if
Yeah, it is a question mark of, was that injury more serious than it seemed now that Shane Sutton is in taking important snaps at running back? Obviously not the worst case scenario in the world, having Sutton replace him, but
And of course, Tucker, Jason Tucker, doing the most Jason Tucker thing. If he is going to get injured, you know he's going to score a touchdown on it. So he has 4 touchdowns on the game in just 3 quarters, under 3 quarters. So
Third down.
having really a legendary game,
Yeah.
quietly, honestly.
yeah, I think I saw Tucker there on the sideline, standing up, walking it out. That is a good sign. Shows
Definitely.
us nothing serious.
So 3rd and 13 for Wayland. A difficult position that they're put in now. As they look to the sideline for a play call, I wonder if maybe we'll see some type of screen pass here. And we will not. Taselli,
Under pressure, flag down though. That might be a hold, given it is coming from the backfield. We'll
think
just
you're
have
right.
to wait and see. Yeah, hold on Wayland. So that will bring out the punt team. I think that is safe to say.
Holding against Wayland. Penalty is declined.
Yeah, 4th and 13 now,
Brings up a 4th down.
or even, maybe even more because Tasari took a sack there.
yeah, so it is going to be 4th and long. See what Kiesman can do.
Wayland.
Try to help out the Wayland defense. And punted in the air. Long kick, really nice
Yeah,
punt.
boot there from
No return
Kiesman.
on the kick.
Wow, that sets up Wayland's defense in great position here. Cambridge and Latin have to go 75 yards to score a touchdown, which will be difficult. But who knows? With an arm like Karaha that he has, you can never count him out.
Yeah, Cambridge always can just make some big plays happen at a moment's notice. As we mentioned, unlike some of the other teams that Wayland has played that are really just run dominant. So Karaha will take the team out onto the field for their drive and really getting to a point where you have to score.
Yes. It's It is an almost must-score situation here for Cambridge. Time winding down.
Karaha looking to throw deep. Has a man, but flag on the play. That's going to be pass interference. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it looked like the ball was underthrown. It looked like Bombi was trying to stop himself, but I did see a little bit of contact there. I'm not sure if it warranted the pass interference, but that's a brutal penalty because that ball was rather uncatchable.
Yeah, and that's where some of those underthrown balls can be just brutal for a defense when the ball is so underthrown and the receiver's sort of trying to make an effort to come back and catch it.
Yeah.
There's really nothing the corner can do with their momentum. So Bonvi is going to be called with a pass interference.
15-yard penalty results in a Cambridge first down. First and 10 from the Falcons' 39-yard line.
So now Karaha in shotgun with Oliver Lewis in the backfield, brought down
Carried by Aiden Oliver Lewis.
for a loss. That's Ben Bolivar in there immediately along with Damian Barsagian.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 now. Cambridge line looking to get something going here. Not like the NFL where it's a spot penalty on pass interference.
And Hochberger trailing Karaha. He's not going to be able to catch him, though. And Karaha got lit up on the incomplete pass.
After Karaha's pass incomplete.
There is a flag on the field.
Yeah,
though,
that's going to be a roughing the passer, Garrett.
Hochberger lit him up throwing the ball.
Yeah, I think it might have been whoever was coming in
on the other side.
Yes, I think it was Ben Bolivar. Hochberger was hot on his tail, though, so you never know. And that was a very similar play to what Nick Dressens did against Bedford last week that was not called.
Yeah, it's going to be a 15-yarder, though, Josh.
Yeah, and when a quarterback is playing well, they're going to get some calls that could go either way, but I think that one is the right call.
Yeah. And Asher Karaha, talking about a guy committed to play at Stonehill, senior captain. So he is a great quarterback. Will knew that going in, that he does have an arm, and he's just shown it throughout this whole game.
So both quarterbacks in this game are college commits as Oliver Lewis, room to run, and gets brought down by Melian Derubis after a big gain down inside the red zone.
Tackle on the play by Alex Neely.
Aiden Oliver Lewis, just a bulldozer, having a great game.
28 yards on the carry. First and 10 from the Wayland 18-yard line.
So Karaha getting this offense settled again. Opportunities to score, potentially smelling blood in the water. And a handoff to Doughton. Doughton around the outside. Can he get the corner? He cannot, but he does still get around 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and short now. But Doughton, just, again, showing off his speed, explosiveness, sort of makes you think, or makes you realize, excuse me, why he wanted to run so well on that screen ball before even catching it a couple plays earlier. He does have speed.
Yeah.
And he makes a lot of stuff out of nothing.
And I will say it's a nice play by Bonvi to knock him out, because if he doesn't knock him out, that's an easy walk-in touchdown. Karaha rolling out to his right, looking for a man. In the end zone, incomplete, intended for, I believe that's Tang.
Yeah, that was intended for Tang. Great coverage there by Will Carr. Made sure that ball was unable to be caught.
Maybe not, actually. Can't tell. Oh, that was to Aiden.
Yeah, now it's 3rd and short, though. It has to be 4-down territory if you're Cambridge Lions.
Oh, absolutely. Now, by the time this drive is over, it's going to basically be the 4th quarter if it's not. And that is a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Cambridge, Ringe, and Latin.
Wow, every time, Josh, every time that Cambridge and Latin faces some adversity, they're able to just respond there. Number 10, Kamal Waterman, first time calling his name.
Yeah, he is a defensive player, a linebacker for the Cambridge Ridge and Latin Falcons. Sort of just a little bit of a trick play, just having him kind of similar to that play we saw that Charlie Bolivar caught that touchdown against North Quincy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And Karaha was facing a little bit of pressure there. He was able to keep his head up, shows his talent there to find the wide open receiver.
Now Cambridge Ridge and Latin, their defense with an opportunity, down 7 to put Wayland a little bit on the ropes.
I think it's safe to say neither of us expected this, Josh. Cambridge and Latin has played an excellent ball game so far, like nearly perfect. Besides that fumble that they had, that was just wildly crazy play. But
that could have a pretty big impact.
It could because they were trying to drive the field there, and that just sort of stalled all momentum. Every point matters in this one. This shootout is 28-35. Wayland, 7-point game.
So anyways, Wayland up by 7 now. 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the kickoff by Karaha. Bobbled by Sutton. Now Sutton picks it up, has room to run. Sutton down the sideline. He could go all the way for a Wayland touchdown. House call Warriors. And Sutton putting his stamp on this Wayland game. And this team going crazy now.
Shane Sutton, when the Wayland needed it the most, he delivers. Wow, fantastic play.
Yeah, not even giving the Cambridge Ridge and Latin Falcons a chance to get a stop, as really just out of nowhere.
Yeah, so it is 28-41. Wayland will look to kick in the extra point.
And Garrett, I just had a feeling that Shane Sutton is going to make something happen on special teams, and
he did just that.
Yeah, they've had some trouble actually fielding the kicks. Almost every kick has been fielded off the ground. That one was bobbled.
Yeah, that's a huge momentum swing though, because right when Cambridge Line was back in this game, Shane Sutton just kills them on a long return there. Wow, that was a great play. Good for the junior to step up and make an impact when the team needed it the most. All right, so now it is 42-28 Wayland. They're up 14 in this one. 2-possession game. Wayland is huddling now, signaled likely the end of the third quarter there.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break, be right back for some fourth quarter action. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it. Welcome back to Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage. We just got word that I guess the scoreboard is not working for those of you watching at home, so we'll make sure to keep you guys updated. But right now, Wayland is up 42-28 against the Cambridge Ridge and Latin Falcons at the start of the fourth quarter. So about 11 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this game.
Yeah, Josh, and it has been a fantastic game so far. Both teams responding to one another when they need it the most. Now Cambridge has a chance to cut the lead to a single deficit here with this drive, and they need it badly.
Yeah, they really do. And Karaha, really his last opportunity to make sure this game is still a game. And nice pass into Oliver Lewis, who is going to get yanked down by Shane DeRubis.
No, that's credit to Oliver Lewis for being able to hold on to that ball. We've seen multiple times Shane DeRubis just snatching balls out of Bedford players. That interception he had was just a pure strip almost. So yeah, great pass too by Karaha. Just thread the needle there.
Yeah, and also a good job by Oliver Lewis to make the catch, because from such a short distance, that was a little bit of a bullet.
Oh yeah.
So Karaha in the shotgun, 3 out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw deep again. Up the field and completed.
Good for a
I believe. Yeah, it was completed. It looks like he's shaken up though. I believe that is Tang.
That's Dotton there, Josh.
35 yards on the reception.
Yeah, that's like ridiculous. Cat Dotton just looks absolutely gassed. Or that might have been Tang actually. I apologize, Josh.
It's really hard to see. They're all wearing the white sleeves,
Injury timeout on the field.
and when they're
Yeah.
down on the ground, you can't tell their number. So you hope he's okay. But really, a nice catch made to put them easily within striking distance. So as they tend to Dotton and players are taking a knee, Garrett, what if you're the Falcons here, what are you doing now in the red zone? What are you doing to try to score?
Yeah, I think you gotta trust the arm of Karaha. I mean, he's made multiple plays in the red zone with his arm, and you've seen the ability, the dual threat ability of him to go out and scramble. I have to keep the ball in his hands, let him throw. He's been very careful with the ball throughout this whole game. No interceptions, just one possible interception or threat of an interception the whole game, which is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, and as this game goes on, it is very cold out there, tough on the hands, so hopefully he can just keep the game going as he uses his legs here. He has a hole into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! The Falcons keeping this game alive. They manage to do it every single time they step onto the field. Now just a one-score game. What a job by Karaha.
Oh my goodness, Josh. He is playing, I would say, one of the games of his life right now. He's obviously a very talented quarterback, but he is single-handedly keeping this Cambridge Latin team in this game. And it's back to a 7-point game. Or, 8 right now, 7 likely soon.
And I guess
and now
not.
it's a jinx.
So 8-point game. I guess we're okay if we jinx it that way.
Yeah.
So
Still one possession, though. Still one possession.
And Karaha, anytime you play a game like this, it is very impressive. But play a game like this on the road against an undefeated team, undefeated conference team in the cold weather under the lights.
Yeah.
I mean, just an incredible game from him.
Yeah, it's been a very fun game to commentate too, Josh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Back and forth action here. Offenses just. This is like the new, like modern football at its finest.
Oh yeah,
just points
definitely.
galore. And right now, Wayland just needs to respond again, like they have all game.
Yeah, and it looks like, I guess we don't know yet because it's a special teams play, but Sutton is back to return the kick. We'll see if Tucker is back in the game.
We'll see. Let's see if they go back to Sutton's way. I guarantee you, or I predict that they will kick away from Sutton there, given what he just did. Tucker still looks like on the sideline, though, to answer your question, Josh.
Yeah, so we'll see once the offense comes out what they decide to do. But now, booted down the field and right to Sutton. Sutton's going to have an opportunity, but he's going to be brought down at the 36-yard line. So,
Sutton looks angry after the play.
Tackling the play by Noah Jones.
yeah, once you get into that end zone one time, you just want to do it every single time.
Every single time.
So, we'll see if Tucker comes out onto the field. But this Cambridge Region Latin defense looks ready to go. And we'll see if they're up to the task, because if they can stop Wayland here, they'll bring their offense back onto the field with a chance to tie it up.
And their offense, Josh, looked unstoppable as of late.
Yeah.
One possession game, 42-34, 10:31 left on the clock.
And Tucker back into the game, a really good sight to see. 4 touchdowns already in this game.
They give it right back to him. But
He goes nowhere on that one. Those inside handoffs have not worked quite as well.
Play by Jefferson.
Have.
Here. Gain of 8.
So 2nd and long now, 2nd and around 9.
2nd down.
Tucker in the backfield. Play action pass. Looks like. And out of bounds, Adam Goodfellow.
For Adam Goodfellow.
he tried to drag the feet there, Josh.
3rd down.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
was unable to come down with it. Refs called it out right away, although the Wayland sideline showed excitement there
Yeah.
as if it was close.
And Taselli, a pretty good throw there. Not an easy throw by any stretch of the imagination, but almost was able to get it in there to Goodfellow. So now 3rd and 9. Play action pass. Taselli
Pressure coming.
brought it down.
By Luke Taselli.
This
Impressive
Cambridge Lions
play.
team right now, Josh, is fired up. They're ready to go. Lucas Selly, credit to him. That ball was looked like it could have been stripped. Great strength shown by him. Now the punting unit comes on. Cambridge Lions chance to tie up this ball game.
Loss of 3 on
And that was a
the
junior
play.
linebacker, Clevens
Fourth down.
Jean, with the sack. So, as the time winds down, under 9.5 minutes left to play and still running, Wayland up 42-34. Now to punt. And Kiesman almost got that blocked. But still a very good punt. Takes a Wayland bounce inside the 30-yard line.
No return on the kick. It'll be 1st
So,
and 10.
will Karaha be up to the
29-yard
task?
line.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can put some points on the board here.
Yeah, this Wayland team has to be feeling the pressure at this point, Josh. But at the same time, Cambridge and Latin looks like they're just playing a normal game, just like they're in their backyard almost. It's actually very refreshing to see. As you can see the scoreboard there, they're down 8, 9 minutes, 10 seconds left. We apologize that our graphics are unable to work at this moment. But yeah, Cambridge Latin, chance to tie up this game with a drive. Karaha taking the snap in the shotgun now.
So handoff to Oliver Lewis. And he gets brought down after a gain of 9.
Dresden's on the play again there, Josh.
Yeah.
Continuing to make big plays.
Gain of 8, 2nd down.
So 2nd and 1 from the Wayland 39-yard line. Or excuse me, the Cambridge 39-yard line. Karaha, handoff. Oliver Lewis, good enough for a first down.
That's all they needed.
Yep. Keeps the chains moving.
1st down.
That was Dressen's in on the tackle.
Gain of 6 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Cambridge 43-yard line.
So snap from Karaha, screen pass outside to Doughton, and he gets tackled a little bit late out of bounds, but no foul is called. That was
Alex Mealy.
Alex Mealy, yeah.
Knocked out of bounds on the play by Ryan Bonvie.
Heard the announcer say Bonvia, but I think it was Alex Mealy. Both wearing those white sleeves, hard to tell.
2nd down.
Always the white sleeves that get you, Josh.
Yep. So 2nd down, handoff to Oliver Lewis. Matt Morris wrestles him down.
A little bit of a stare down, too, after that. That's a big-time tackle. Third and short now, or 3rd and 5, excuse me. 3rd and medium.
Yeah, and Oliver Lewis appears to be a little bit shaken up, but I believe he's okay. Although now it looks like he's out of the game. And camera really shaking for the win now. So Karaha now. Oliver Lewis is in the backfield. And a false start now going to be called, I believe. We'll see what the
Waiting for
actual
the
call
signal
is,
here,
but
yeah, false start.
Start against Cambridge.
That's a brutal penalty, Josh.
yeah, 3rd and 5. They had an opportunity. 3rd and 5, not bad. 3rd and 10, not where you want to be.
5-yard
Yeah.
penalty. Remains third down.
Just an absolutely killer penalty there.
So we'll see what Karaha can do on this play. Karaha now looking deep, has a man open, but is
Karaha.
overthrown.
Oh, he had him there, Josh. He had him.
Yeah, he had Christie,
Brings up a
the one that
turnover,
scored that
fourth
touchdown
down.
on the slant pass earlier in the game, wide open, but just overthrew him by a few yards.
Yeah, if I were Cambridge's line here, I'd punt the ball away. Still plenty of time.
So Karaha now punts it away and tries to draw a flag. I
No
don't
return
think
on
he's
the
going to
punt.
get the call, but
First and 10.
he was hit.
Fantastic punt.
Yeah, really nice
Ball
punt.
to Warriors 8-yard line.
So Karaha doing everything he can.
All right, now it's really time to see what this Wayland team is made of. Into crunch time, 7 minutes to go in this game. Up 8, 1 possession game. Can this Wayland offense put a drive together when they really need it the most? It's going to be, see the coaching staff hyping them up right now. They know how much this means. A home playoff game might be on the line here, Josh, and they want it badly.
Yeah, absolutely. And if Wayland loses this game, that would be one heck of an upset. So, I mean, just for that reason alone, you don't want to lose. So we'll see what they do. Now, trying to get the game plan going. 6:54 left to go in this game. Wayland up by 8. They do have the ball at their own 8-yard line, so a long way to go.
Yeah, very long way to go. They need to go 92 to get 6.
To Selly, handoff to Tucker, gets brought down in the backfield. What a play.
By Jefferson Mondesir.
Yeah, number 40 there, Jefferson Mondesir coming down the tackle, meeting Tucker in the backfield, dropping him for a loss of a half a yard there.
Yeah, first time calling Mondesir's name, but he's been involved in a lot of plays in this game. And pass down the field.
Picked off!
Intercepted by Cambridge. Let's see if they can make anything happen on the return.
Keysman brings him down. Huge play there from Cambridge Richard Latin. The sideline is fired up right now.
The senior captain, Mulugeta, getting the interception and putting Cambridge in a spot where they could potentially tie this game up late.
Yeah, that is a huge mistake there from this Wayland offense, because now Cambridge Richard Latin has a huge opportunity to go and make a play deep into Wayland territory. And if you're Luke Caselli, I don't know, there might have been a man up and downfield. We did not have the camera angle for it. But if there's any question about whether that ball is going to be picked, I say just eat a sack there. But Cambridge Latin takes over possession here. We might be going down to a photo finish here at the Wayland new stadium.
Yeah, game of the year. Not that that's a very hard thing to say based on the games we've had. But Luke Caselli, as you see there on the sideline, tough mistake. Pass!
What a pass!
Bullet into Christie. Now they have a chance to tie the game. Touchdown, Cambridge Ridge and Latin.
Wow.
That is one of the most incredible passes I have seen a high schooler make. Just an absolute rocket. Luke DeCelli sees it.
Yeah, let's see if Luke DeCelli's up for the task here, but here, still, a huge 2-point conversion here. Right now it's 42-40. Wayland, Cambridge Regional Latin, just under 6 minutes left. They're looking to go for 2 here.
Yeah, and this play almost as important for Cambridge. Karaha. Almost
Incomplete.
intercepted, but knocked down by Will Carr. Just as good in that situation. So Wayland with a 2-point lead and the ball. But Karaha having a game to remember. 42-40 Wayland. 6 minutes left to go. So let's see what this kick return team can do. So as both teams now take the field, Luke DeCelli put in a spot that he used to be very accustomed to in previous years, has not had the chance as a senior yet, but
Yeah,
he has
big
no
spot.
problem being in a big moment.
Yeah, no, he's got to go into this with confidence, which I know is difficult, especially after just throwing an interception with the last play. But in order for Wayland to be successful here, in order to cement a drive, they need Luke DeCelli on his A game, and I believe he will be going into this crucial drive.
And now returned by Sutton. Sutton has some room to run, but gets brought down. Good return, though, for Shane Sutton, down to the 45-yard line,
Brought down on the play
approximately.
by Jefferson Mondes here. It'll be 1st and 10 Wayland. Ball at the Warriors' 44-yard line.
So
Big time return there from Sutton. Helps Wayland in the field position battle dramatically. But now it's all about trying to put together a drive if you're Wayland. They need points, or at least just a sustained drive. They haven't had one in a little bit in order to really put this game to bed.
So 5 minutes and 49 seconds left to go. Wayland up by 2, first down at their own 44-yard line. Luke DeCelli, Jason Tucker in the backfield, shotgun with 4 wide receivers out wide. And Tucker gets brought down quickly.
Yeah, Cambridge Regional Latin there was playing the read option, and they sniffed it out really well to limit Tucker to only a couple of yards on the game.
Gain of 1.
So
2nd down.
Jason Tucker came out of the game for 1 drive due to some type of lower body injury. Not sure what it was. Hopefully it was just cramping, but he seems to be okay. We'll see if he can get into some open space, because that is where he is most dangerous. So 2nd and 8. Caselli handoff to Tucker. Tucker looking for a hole. Gets a little bit of a hole.
Big time 3rd down here from Wayland now. 3rd and 3. It looks like.
Kamal Waterman.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting call. Do they put the ball into Luke DeCelli's hands, or do they give it to Old Faithful Jason Tucker?
3rd down.
Yeah, and Tucker, 7 touchdowns in 3 games coming into this game, 4 more today. So really an incredible
my
season.
goodness.
He's brought down for a loss.
What a tackle there, number 51,
Oliver Chase.
Oliver Chase. We've called his name a couple of times today.
4th down.
4th down.
A big play. I would imagine they're going to punt here.
Yeah, I believe so, Josh. It'd be very risky, too. Yeah, punt team is on. Smart decision there by head coach Scott Parsagian in my books. It'd be very, very, very aggressive to go for this one.
So let's see if Kiesman can pin them. And he does get the punt off. Good bounce inside the 20-yard line. So a solid punt from Kiesman.
No return on the kick.
Karaha is going to have a difficult task, but he has proven that he can live up to it on many drives. If I'm Wayland, I'm a little bit nervous right now.
Yo, yeah, Josh, definitely. I mean, 2-point game, 4-minute drill for Cambridge now.
There's a good chance that Wayland doesn't get the ball back.
Yeah,
it's definitely possible. So, some whistles being blown now.
Yeah, but if you're Cambridge, Josh, you just have to limit the penalties. You cannot have any false starts, any offensive holdings at all in this one. It's just so crucial. They need a perfect drive here because Wayland's defense is going to be hyped up, ready to go. Cambridge needs to execute perfectly here in order to get 7 points.
Yeah, and nothing kills a drive like crucial penalties. As that draw play is brutal.
Carried by Avery.
Got the camera.
Yeah.
Tackled on the play.
And Oliver Lewis, a little bit slow to get up. You think you have to imagine he's getting a little bit tired.
Yeah, but Josh, that play was run. It's the same exact play they ran earlier in the game that picked up a big gain, and it picked up a substantial amount of yards there, 8-yard gain. It's 2nd and 2 now for Cambridge.
So second and 2, 13-13 left to go and counting. Time winding down. Karaha dropping back to pass, looking to make a deep throw.
Oh, risky throw there.
I think there might have been some miscommunication
Brings up a Cambridge third
as
down.
that ball was thrown in between two Wayland defenders.
Yeah. All right, 3rd and short here. I can imagine it's going to be a run play. Also can imagine it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, I don't think you have time to assume that you're going to be able to stop.
Get the ball back, yeah. So I would expect a run here. Although, maybe a quarterback run. You want the ball in Karaha's hands.
Yeah. And it is a handoff to Oliver Lewis.
He looks like he got
He
the
did
spot
get
there.
it. They gave him the spot, so it will be a first down.
The chains move. Goal accomplished on that first set of downs for Cambridge. Yeah, first down, Cambridge.
Gain is good for a Cambridge first down.
So now first down, 2:54 left to go. The clock will start winding down when the ref gives the signal. So Karaha in the shotgun. It should start winding down. I don't know. Maybe the high school rules are different. So Karaha, deep pass, looking for Christie.
Oh, in his hands, Josh.
So close to a big play.
Yeah, that's a lucky break there from Wayland, but Wayland now up to 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this one. It's the tension starting to pick up, Josh. You can feel it. Even when you're in the booth, you can feel it down there on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, a game for the ages, a true classic. 42-40, not something that we expected in this game. As Oliver Lewis takes it to the outside and gets knocked down, that's Will Ruland and Nick Dressens in there.
All
right, 3rd and 5. Maybe 6, excuse me.
So
Gain of 5.
Cambridge is not working with a ton of time. They may have to get moving a little bit. But, I mean, you have to get this play.
Yeah,
So
you need to get this one right.
as camera shaking due to the wind. Karaha out wide to pass.
Completion.
Completes it. Wow, what a pass.
Pass complete.
That was to Aiden. And I think that's enough for the first down. It is.
First down. Gain of 8 on the play. 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 40-yard line.
So
Time is winding down here, though, Josh. Cambridge, as you said, they need to start getting moving a little bit.
yeah, everyone has got to be exhausted on both sides. Karaha has room to run. Nick Dressens can't get his hands on him. Karaha's loose. And Karaha will get brought down by Ryan Bonvie.
Good for a Cambridge.
A
first
minute
down.
30 and counting left to
Pass on the
go.
play.
The clock will stop as they get the ball set, but dangerous time for this Wayland
Gain
defense.
of 16 on the play.
Yeah, Wayland defense really needs to show their true colors here in this drive because Cambridge Line only needs 3. Wow, the kicker has not been very reliable, but you don't want that to come down to that. Karaha, up the middle, completed, ball's on the ground. What is the call? They say it is an incomplete pass, and Wayland is livid. Wow, Cambridge lucked out there. It looked like it was a completion and a fumble there, Josh. Adam Goodfellow is fed up with the officials. Whoa.
I don't know. It's really impossible for us to see if that was a completed pass. Maybe if we saw it in slow motion, but
just judging by the Goodfellow car reaction.
Yeah. So it is 2nd and down, a minute left to go, 1 minute and 2 seconds left. We'll try to give as many time updates as we can. Karaha now. Morris almost gets his hands on him. Karaha. Pass is incomplete, out of the hands of Oliver Lewis.
Probably smart from Cambridge there, or it's not the worst outcome in the world to have an incomplete pass. Still 2 down territory, or 4 down territory, excuse me. 2 downs left to get it, and the clock stops with an incompletion.
So 3rd down and 10. 54 seconds left in the game. Wayland up by 2. Ball in the Falcons' hands at the Wayland 44-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Yeah. It is 4 down territory, obviously. And that draw play again. They can't get their hands on Oliver Lewis, but they do now. After a gain of around 5.
Yeah, timeout Cambridge and Latin too, I believe. They got the timeout off. There'll be around 43 seconds left on the clock. Yep, there's the 43.
Yep. So 43 seconds left on the clock. 4th and, let's say, 5-yard lines. Yeah, 4th and 5.
Big time play here. This is the game, the play that will decide the game for Cambridge at least. They need a 1st down to stay alive here. And you just have to imagine that the ball is going to be in Karaha's hands looking to make a play downfield like he has all game. And can this Wayland defense step up to the task? Their defense has been the staple of this Wayland program for the past years.
This has been a different game.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're a great team, you make plays when it counts. You can win ugly. An ugly win is still a win. So if Wayland can get off the field here, still with the lead, that's a huge victory.
So both teams taking every second in their respective huddles that they can on this critical down. And this is the game right here. Cambridge can either keep the game alive, or if they don't get the 1st down, this one is over and Wayland is coming out unbeaten. So what will they do? Karaha.
Trips out to the left, Josh.
Trips out to the left. Christie to the right. Oliver Lewis in the backfield. Karaha driving back to pass. Looking to throw deep. Caught! Oh my goodness! Christie in the end zone. 36 seconds remaining. Karaha coming through again.
Oh
Cambridge,
my goodness.
Ridge, and Latin. What a performance they have had. Now with a chance to pull off an unbelievable upset.
And Josh, though, you have to remember there's still 36 seconds left on the clock.
They will go for 2.
They will go for 2. And Wayland has a chance to win this game, and for our sakes, hopefully, drive down the field and get it. But I think this Wayland team is stunned.
Oh, absolutely. And you don't know exactly what the implications are. They do still have more games left to be played.
No state tournament on the line, obviously.
And you see him right there, Luke DeCelli. Weight on his shoulders right now. What can he do? Can he step up and have an incredible drive? Obviously not completely on his shoulders. He does have the entire team needs to get something going. But this is this is a point in a high school player's career that they can really make a name for themselves, Garrett.
Yeah, and Luke DeSelli obviously heading to Rhodes College next fall. He's looking to make one of the great high school. He's looking to make a moment here, Josh, and a moment that he'll remember for a long time. Cambridge Latin, though, lining up, trying to get a 2-point conversion to push it to 6.
And, you know, for reference, Wayland played Bedford last week, won 38-7. A few weeks prior, Cambridge Region Latin lost to Bedford 35-19. So you have to think, with not much film available on Cambridge Region Latin, Wayland did not expect them to be this good. But they have shown that they can really play, and now they will have a chance to go up by 6 points. So Karaha out wide looking for Tang, finds him in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, a 6-point game.
Yeah, that's not the biggest deal, though, Josh, in the world.
They needed a touchdown anyways.
Just now it relies on the extra point, which Harry Kiesman has been super reliable. Has not missed one today. 6 for 6 extra points.
So Garrett, right here, kickoff. Do you just take a knee no matter where you get it, as long as it's like within in front of the 20-yard line?
See, if I'm Wayland here, I try to run it out. I mean, we've had success with Sutton running the ball. Jason Tucker, obviously explosive. Same with Adam Goodfellow. I'd run the ball out. I think it would drop the time, which is the only danger of running the ball out.
Right.
But hey, I think it's a risk worth taking. We already seen Shane Sutton take one back.
Well, so we'll see. I'm sure Coach Parsegian and the rest of the coaching staff has told Shane Sutton what he's doing here, but definitely very interesting.
Imagine if he breaks one off here.
What? I mean, if that were to happen, I wish we have a full crowd. Just imagine how loud it would be right now, even though they are down. As this one is kicked over Sutton's head, and it will roll into the end zone, so he'll get a touchback.
That's thank goodness that did not stop before the goal line.
That would have been brutal, but a very, very impressive kick. So Wayland will have to go 80 yards in 36 seconds.
It's a difficult task, but Wayland has a ton of explosive players on offense. The ball's in Luke Sully's hands. He can't throw the ball downfield, Josh. It's not impossible. We're not talking about impossibility here. It is a definite possibility. And Cambridge Region Latin, they need to make sure they don't get complacent here. They need to know that this game is still hanging in the balance, and they need to stop badly. Wayland still, I'm sure, has a lot of timeouts. They have not called many in this game.
So Luke DeSelli, Jason Tucker in the backfield, the 4 wide receivers out wide for Wayland. DeSelli dropping back to pass, finds Goodfellow on the sideline. He does not get out of bounds. The clock will run. They have to go quick. That is going to be very unfortunate as the clock winds down 25, 24, 23, 22.
Yeah,
they need to get off the play quick. Hurry up. DeSelli now looking to pass again to Goodfellow. He does get out of bounds.
Thank goodness.
So
there'll be around 13 seconds left on the clock. And right now, if you're Cambridge Latin, you just can't give up the Hail Mary.
And honestly, if I'm Wayland, you have to consider like a screen pass or something. Just get the ball
Tucker.
Tucker. Get Tucker the ball.
Yeah.
It looks like that is what they're going to do, actually. A little hard to tell, but no screen pass. They do get it to Goodfellow out wide. He's going to try to get out of bounds
there. He does.
He does.
The question is, does DeSelli have the arm to get it into the end zone? There's 6 seconds left.
Yeah, I don't think he does. I don't really think any high school quarterback does.
That'd be Josh Allen type of arm.
Maybe get it. Sign Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, one of those guys for
Wayland takes a timeout. See, Josh, I don't really understand why a timeout wasn't taken when Adam Goodfellow failed to get out of bounds there if they had a timeout left to give.
Yeah, wow. I was under the impression that they just did not have a timeout left, but that is really, really unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe their thinking was that I don't know, Garrett, but that could be costly.
Yeah, but right here, Josh, Taselli, I doubt has the arm to get to the end zone. For me, check it down, Jason Tucker, make him try to make a play.
Yeah, and then get the laterals going.
Yeah, I think you have to. You really this is your shot. If you're Wayland, this is your shot. And
I feel
limited.
Limited amounts of fans, but yeah. I also get Shane Sutton in there. Just any explosive player that you have that could make a play, and you imagine Cambridge Ridge and Latin will be playing prevent defense. You can hear the sidelines getting loud.
It's getting loud here. Imagine full stadium.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
But 2nd and 1 doesn't really matter. And Taselli looking to pass. Incomplete. There is still going to be time left on the clock, I think.
I believe the time it hits 0 on the clock.
That's going to do it. Wayland 42. Cambridge Ridge and Latin 48. A really, really tough loss for the Warriors. But what a performance it was for Kahara.
Josh, this was an incredible game from Cambridge and Latin. They played great. That 4th and 5, Kahara just tossed it down the field, long completion. They're fired up. And if you're Wayland, you play in a great game, but you can't hold your heads. You have to hold your heads high, excuse me. They played in a great game. They still have a lot of season left. This doesn't take them out of anything.
No, definitely not.
Maybe one more broadcast opportunity.
Yeah.
But.
Unfortunately, that could happen, but hopefully they can win their next games coming up. But anyways, really just a tough loss for the Warriors. They expected to come out, but let's put it this way. Cambridge Ridge and Latin played
They deserve
the
to
best
win.
game. They deserve to win. They played an outstanding game. Asher Karaha played the game of his life with a huge pass to Dante Christie at the end of the game to take the lead, going up 48-42. And then Wayland just did not have enough time to drive down the field. Some questionable no timeout calls, but either way, may not have made a difference anyways.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was definitely a fun one to commentate, Josh. Back and forth the whole way, very high scoring. But it just shows that Wayland, I'm not sure what their mindset was going into this game, Josh, but they need to be up to the task, ready for every game, no matter who the opponent is. And this game just shows it. Crazy things happen in high school sports, Josh.
yeah, and you can kind of hear the Cambridge Ridge and Latin players making a whole lot of noise. But what a game this was. Once again, I've been Josh Schreiber, alongside me Garrett Spooner, and just an incredible game for, I mean, the Warriors, they played a solid game. You have to admit, they did play a solid game, but Cambridge, the Falcons, just an incredible game, and really it was an honor to just watch Karaha and Oliver Lewis work.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, Josh. Both defensively and offensively, Cambridge Latin was able to make the plays when it mattered the most, and that's really what decided the game.
Yes, it did. As we're just waiting to get a post-game, I believe we're waiting to get a Coach Parsegian interview to end this game, but Wayland will play Chelmsford next week on the road, so we will not be able to commentate that, unfortunately. That game on next Friday, so they'll have an extra day. Anyways, we'll see. So I guess we will not be able to get the interview with Coach Parsegian, unfortunately. But anyways, thank you for joining us. I've been Josh Schreiber, alongside me, Garrett Spooner. This has been Wayland Student Press Network's live coverage of Wayland Varsity football. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.